Unbreakable
masculinity.
masculinity. That's the full
Yeah.
title, right? What would you say is the number one rule in there that stands out as far as unbreakable? Which one is the most unbreakable as a man that's looking to be masculine?
Put yourself first.
Put
Too many
yourself first.
times, yeah, too many times we put the woman first, or family and friends first, and things for ourselves aren't taken care of properly yet. Also, a ton of things that happen around us, to us, happens because we are weak
Mm,
in various aspects of life. Those checks and balances have to be made, and you have to become a full and complete man. Um, it goes back to the whole thing where bullies usually don't bully the guy with muscles. They prey on the weak.
right.
A man who keeps himself strong and presents himself as strong doesn't have much opposition. A lot of doors also open up. We find that people who are in shape get hired faster than others. And most of the successful people you see, or many of the successful people you see, are in shape.
Right.
Yeah, so you focus on yourself, your mental wealth. A lot of people talk about physical wealth. They don't talk about mental wealth. What is the value of what's in your mind?
Yeah.
And we have to start thinking about that. So focus on your mental wealth, and also the body should not be ignored.
Yeah, absolutely, and I completely agree. Um, when I'm having these conversations and I'm talking to people about these topics, a lot of people don't understand, man, and a lot of people don't understand. People want to just go out and virtue signal. They want to act as though they want to save the yellow spotted owls or whatever their new thing is. But the best thing you can do is start with yourself. Like, nobody wants to take the moment where you have to go, I'm in the position I'm in because of my previous decisions. How can I now make better decisions so that I can be in a better position? And it starts with yourself, and then broaden out to your significant other, then the rest of your family, then your community. And that's how you actually get things done. Anybody can go outside and hold up a sign that says save the whales or whatever it may be, but are you going to take the steps necessary to get to that position? Are you going to make the money necessary to save the whales, or are you just going to sit here and expect other people to do it for you? What's your opinion on the whole no fap?
Um, I'm a proponent of it. I spoke about that on Joe Rogan. Uh, you know, man's vital life force lives in his testicles. That's where your power comes from. You heard Scarface say, "All I got is my balls, my word, and I won't break it for nobody." It's a powerful statement in that. But a lot of men's weaknesses, failures, have been caused by lack of discipline in that area. Uh, there's a formula. It's take 20% of your age, and that's how many days you're supposed to go in between these FAP sessions, or the minimum amount of days. Yeah, so if you're younger, obviously you can get away with it more than if you're older. So we just try to take a look at our habits and try not to make them abusive. And we want to form habits that are conducive with growth, and things are good for us. But I can see with the availability of the ographies on the internet how that problem could come about. We saw the boom of OnlyFans.
Don't even get me started, Hotep.
Yeah. So, it's in my book, Unbreakable Rules of Masculinity. I go into detail about what a man loses during that experience, and what he has to gain by not going through that experience. But I think there's clearly a mental difference between an individual who retains and one who does not. And when you attempt it, you feel it. You feel naturally more masculine when you retain.
And I think a lot of dudes, it just goes into one of those things of indulgence, right? Like anytime, especially when you're talking about the number one dopamine producer naturally, which is, sexual stimulus for human beings. It's comparable to cocaine in some ways. And I heard that from other creators like John Gray. But it being comparable to cocaine, but the fact that every time you do it, it doesn't decrease in dopamine interaction with your brain. You know what I mean? So all that in anything that has to do with indulgence, I've learned just from being around people who are more successful that the more disciplined you could be with the things that you enjoy, the further you'll go in life. It just seems to be one of those things where you have to sacrifice in order to go further. And a lot of people, especially nowadays, where you're being taught, hey, go out and chase the bag. It's just materialism. Yeah, there's no consequences to going out and being promiscuous and doing this and that. People are moving into an indulgence culture, and that produces people that also indulge in other areas. So you eating pizza now instead of carrots because you ain't work on the discipline. Like me personally, I'll take cold showers just because it's something tough to do. You know, it's something that I would rather take a hot shower, but I'm gonna take a cold one today just so I'm more focused for the interview I might do at Hotep. You know what I'm saying? So like just being able to sacrifice those moments where you feel bliss and go through a little bit of suffering to make sure that you're stronger as a man, as a woman, as a human being going forward. I mean, that's just something that I feel like we're losing in our culture, and it's almost being promoted.